This title is narrated with virtual voice, computer-generated narration for audiobooks. Unlikely Justice by Reily Garrett. Chapter 1. Clarence. The soft ditty Clarence Burke hummed while heading to his car halted the chittering of two nearby squirrels that stopped to stare. The night had been full of wonder, his excitement magnified when his girlfriend said yes to the ultimate question. Abandonment by her ex-husband meant Eleanor would have legal hurdles to navigate, but what was life's journey without a few bumps in the road? They hadn't discussed specifics of where they'd live, not that it mattered as they both had nice homes. He liked her location, remote enough to enjoy privacy, but within reasonable distance to town and the hardware store he co-owned with his brother. His sedan purred to life in the cool morning air, reflecting his contentment despite the grim feeling suddenly inducing goosebumps on his forearms. It felt malevolent, the same sensation experienced when photographing white-winged crossbills fleeing an alligator's lunge deep in the bayou. Whatever stirred his current anxiety carried a direct, personal vibe to it. He squashed the ill-timed feelings with the knowledge he'd soon become a husband and father, well, stepfather, each a first for him. It'd be good for Eleanor to have a man around the house again, one who'd take an interest in raising her vivacious toddler. A three-point turn headed him down the dirt driveway lined by vibrant Shumard oaks on the right and marshy flatlands on the left. A vast, unspoiled beauty. At the tip of the winding entrance, he stopped to observe the passage of 3 deer darting from the woods. He hadn't thought to ask if poaching was an issue during the hunting season, something to consider when outdoors with small children. Still, his future had never looked so bright. So, why did the muscles around his right eye twitch? Why did his heart beat to the rhythm of heavy metal drum rolls? Turning toward town, he accelerated and pushed the button on the wheel's digital media. Classical country music soothed the perception of 1,000 eyes watching him. Paranoia had never been a quirk in his personality, despite living alone all his adult life. Ahead, he saw a large sandy-colored lump in the middle of the road. It didn't move, nor was there a car parked nearby. Someone had hit a deer and left it where it had fallen. Few people lived farther along the road. Small-town living dictated he knew most of them, if only by sight and reputation. None would hit a deer and ignore it. Braking to a stop, he got out to make sure it wasn't obviously suffering before moving it off the road. Lack of carrion creatures present decreed it hadn't been present long, and yet he saw no skid marks indicating a motorist hit their brakes or swerved to miss the animal. A quick nudge of its hindquarters produced no response, but the steady rise and fall of the animal's chest confirmed it alive. There existed no blood or obvious deformity indicating a vehicle struck it. He never hit an animal but reckoned vehicular collision would produce some overt sign. Poachers killed bucks to take their antlers for trophies. This was a doe. That left the possibility of drugging, which made no sense. What was the motive? Beads of sweat rolled down his spine despite the slight chill in the air. His first impulse dictated he get in his car and peel out, but he couldn't run over the helpless creature. It wasn't in his nature. Hind legs twitched in his grasp when he dragged it to the side, again indicating life. Once he got to his store, he'd notify Parks and Wildlife of its status. Eleanor was meeting him later and didn't need to witness the animal's predicament. He estimated the deer's weight to be a few pounds shy of 100, its grating slide over dirt and small rocks producing a sound that turned his stomach. Poor thing. I hope you get back to your family safe and sound. Why would anyone do such a thing? He took a moment to examine the creature's legs for signs of injury or swelling and confirmed them intact. He didn't have a medical degree.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.